All right, why not get started earlier than normal? So we are going to do a wrap-up show watch party here, beginning in the 10th inning. Of course, the Padres have not won an extra inning game this year, and they've started off the 10th inning with, of all things, of course, the Juan Soto bunt base hit.
Oh, yeah.
So real quick here, as you make your way in, because we'll recap this thing once it goes final. We'll look ahead to tomorrow's trade deadline. You got to subscribe if you're here. Padres and Rockies are in the 10th inning only because of Trent Grisham's 2-out solo home run in the top of the 9th inning. Incredibly, in a game that has just been odd with the rain delay, and then Juan Soto being sent home when he was out by like 100 feet. But Padres have a golden chance here, Jim, to win their first extra inning games of the year.
Yeah, let's see what they do here. I feel like there's a 0% chance they don't score.
Well, that's a nice jinx.
They don't exist. Jinxes don't exist. I'm sorry.
That is an unbelievable jinx.
There's no.
I feel like there's a 0. I mean, listen, hopefully they score 5 runs here. I mean, they got a very good chance, obviously. Even a ground ball double play scores a run. You got to be thinking 2 runs with Nick Martinez on the mound for the bottom of the 10th inning.
Yeah.
You know, but you take 1 plus, but you got to be thinking 2 after a bunt base hit. Where are you, by the way?
It's 1-1. Manny's outside the box. He's just stepping in.
I'm ahead of you.
Ah, dang it. Pause it for a second.
Tell me when he reaches base.
All right, he just hit a ball to bases are now loaded.
Okay, but what are you seeing on screen?
Manny running past first. Tatis.
Oh, Lord, you're still behind.
I'm very behind.
Tell me when you see the Padres star logo.
Okay, now.
Oh, my gosh. We're like 30 seconds behind. People are going to be telling us what happened in the chat, dude.
Sorry.
The shirt was a giveaway.
It was. It was a giveaway from Rich.
Rich McGuire gave this to... No, did he? That's amazing. Thank you, Rich.
Yeah.
If you're here, live on replay. By the way, we'll get to all the super chats here tonight. Click the $ below the chat box. We will break this thing down when it goes final.
Dude, this is going to be very interesting here.
This is very interesting.
Bogarts
has had a propensity to ground into double plays if you've been watching this year.
Leads the league.
Dude, what a wild. So they went to their closer for a 5-out save, and he had thrown like no pitches. And there were 2-out spaces empty in the 9th inning, and Trent Grisham ties the score. And then Alan Trejo, the product of San Diego State, hit a ball 410 feet to straightaway center in the bottom of the 10th inning.
I thought that was like 30 rows deep.
I was off the end of the bat a little bit, but it is Denver.
This game is taking forever.
Not really, though. The game's only 2.5 hours old.
Because it's 2.5 hours old. And because it started so freaking late. It
started till 8, yeah.
The one thing you can't do is hit a ground ball here.
Well, you could if it scored a run.
Mm-hmm.
Better than your 0% chance of not scoring theory.
No, I'm fully believing they're going to score a run here.
Yeah, I mean, they need 2 at this point. Bases loaded, nobody out.
If he hits into a triple play, I'm quitting.
The wrap-up show ends. Like, we will just end the chat. We'll just end it.
Oh.
What if he hits a grand slam? Did you think that was going to happen? That's the thing. I'm watching on my phone.
Oh, I thought that was long gone.
That's so fun. I could just put it on my freaking smart TV. I've watched my phone the whole night, all 10 innings.
Because your wife took the TV.
Exactly. She was watching Bachelorette. I can't even look at the chat because I know the chat's like 15 seconds ahead, if not more.
I already saw what happens. They're way ahead. If the chat's right.
I'm not looking at the chat, dude. How do I hide?
Just don't look at it. Just look at the television or look.
Oh, boom! I hit it. If you hit comments.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we're probably 20 seconds behind, but the 3-2 is.
Oh my God! No freaking way.
Well, that's not as bad as a double play involving an out-at-home play, but
still, it's not the best. Oh, dude.
The Jim Jinx. You hate that.
Such an idiot.
You're so dumb.
Dude, what? If that ball was hit
So infield in any, I mean,
if that ball's hit harder, it's double play.
no, because you got to come home, right?
Well, the ball, yeah, you do have to come home. And also,
And then getting out at first.
And Manny was in front of the runner.
Was he blocking home plate, Jim?
Worst send of all time.
On a forced play? This has turned into like the worst, greatest game ever. For it's a rainy night. They waited 2.5 hours to start it. I mean, for the Padres, it's really important. You look at what's going on right now in the National League, the way they're playing. They have not won 4 games all year in a row. Like, what is it going to take? By the way, pitching changed, Jim.
Yes, I know.
All right, I can go back to the chat.
Damn.
I want to say it's the first time we've done a watch party this season, and we figured let's just pick it up in the 10th inning. We're like, it's already 10:30. Are we going to really wait until this game goes final?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this is a game where you kind of wrote it off 3-2 in the 9th inning, like they're going to lose. And now you're like, you have to win this game. With the bases loaded, nobody out in the 10th inning, you have to win.
Yeah, 2 quick outs. Like, there's no chance here.
Now, here's the thing: you got to hide the freaking chat, Jim, because I'm watching this thing. Because I paused for you, so if I pause for you, you have to hide the chat.
I did. I had the chat.
Okay, because if you ruin it for me, I'll literally kill you. I just want to watch it as we watch it together, even if we're 20 seconds behind. Oh, let me retweet you, by the way.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Did you tag me or no?
No, I did not.
Oh, great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a good way for me to see it.
Dude, unreal.
What is my dog doing?
By the way, that was the worst send of all time by Matt Williams, right? Like one of the worst.
It had to be. I mean, I think he's thinking, hey, it's wet. Make the guy make a play.
Like, hey, maybe we get lucky and they block the plate. We get.
Are we confirmed he was sent, or did Soto just kind of keep like jogging?
I actually
keep going.
I rewound it.
Did he send him?
I didn't see him send him, but Don and Mud both said he was sent.
I mean, listen, you're going to have a bad send over the course of a year. That was a really bad
freaking hand.
Oh my gosh. Who's batting? Cronenworth? He's been good.
He loves Coors Field. They're gonna get a run here. They're gonna get a run. I just feel it.
Jim feels it. All right, I like it. Don't freaking be looking at the app and all.
I'm not looking at anything. I'm looking at
put everything away. We're watching this thing together. That's the whole point of the watch party. See, Jim's the worst because he like fast forwards everything.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a ground ball to third.
We don't need that.
Oh. 407 career hitter with the bases loaded.
Jesus.
Right. Is that good?
I think it is. That's impressive. Only 27 at bats in his career with the bases loaded. 3 years.
That's it. All right.
All right. So they're loaded here in the 10th with 1 out.
No fucking way, dude.
Wow. First of all, I thought that was hit on the bounce, and if it was, it would have been double play. I'm watching on a phone. So a liner out to short.
I thought that was a bounce too.
Wow. I thought, I just figured the English off the bat was weird for me, at least on the phone. I mean, he hit that thing good.
Not like a rocket, but it's not still a rocket.
Good. Not kind of like
you're playing if you're playing regular. I mean, you're not going to play.
Well, if you're playing regular, the ball might bounce. I don't know what happens there.
Come on, Gary.
Gary's had some big hits. Right? He's had some big hits.
He does. Brad, he's gonna. Oh, that was a hanger.
Ooh, that was, but that was a good pitch.
Yeah, but that was a hanger.
I know. You swing at that. I agree.
Come on, bro.
Dude, this is like
this is like game 7 of the World Series.
I know, or like 6. I don't think they could meet in the World Series.
I know they can't.
On my screen, it's just dark in here.
Who cares?
I know. Good point. Nobody.
Dude, come on.
Oh, swing.
The ball's right down the freaking middle. What are we doing?
What are we waiting for?
He's waiting for off speed. Just blew a fastball right by him.
How hard was that thrown?
Like 85.
Yeah, it looked like it.
It was like 92.
Are we literally timed up perfectly, Jim?
I think we are.
You called time?
Yeah, the ump's now kind of play. Gary just took a swing.
Oh, you might be like a split, like a 0.1 ahead.
split second ahead. But that's the best we got.
Okay. That's fair.
Dude, there's no freaking way right now.
Brad
no
Hand.
freaking way. Brad freaking Hand. I mean, you got to get a hit. Are you kidding me?
You are literally a split second throw this. Oh my. Jim, you are literally an idiot. But I've known that. If it was, I would give you more of a hard time, but I'm not going to right now.
Wow. They're just.
I mean,
like what, dude?
What just happened? This team is winless in extra innings, and that's why.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You had Soto, Machado, Bogart. Who'd you have? You had everyone. You had Tatis on base. You had speed. You had power. You loaded the bases with nobody out at Coors Field against Brad Hand.
Here's why, and I'll go back to it. And this is all hindsight, obviously. Why are we telling Juan Soto to bunt?
No, but he reached.
I know he reached. Right? I get it.
He reached and moved the runner. Two things. Nobody can get a runner in from third with nobody out.
Are you kidding me?
We'll start. The first comment of the night is on screen, Jim, and then I'll put it away. Man, this thing has had roller coasters of emotions tonight. If you've been watching this thing, holy moly. Grisham, top of the 10th inning. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Top of the 10th inning.
This team was dead.
Yeah, they didn't really show. I mean, whomever, Austin Gomber, who's got a 6 ERA, looked like, better than Cy Young, I thought, tonight.
Are you surprised by that?
No, I'm not. And after the 2-hour delay, it looked like they were just like, we're good. But it's like after you score, I mean, dude, after the Grisham home run, you have to win.
You have to. There's no other.
You have to.
You have to win. You have to score there. How do you not score there?
Wait, first super of the night. Why did we not score a run that inning? That's the question of the night, Michael.
I don't know.
That is the damn question of the night. That is the freaking question of the night. Now, can Nick Martinez do his little Nick Martinez Houdini act? And be pumping his fist and get out of this? That's the question. But, Michael, thank you for the super, guys. If you want to contribute, click the $sign below the chat box. Once this game goes final, we'll talk about it. Trade deadline less than 24 hours out. Feels like every game is critical, Jim. It just does. And the Padres are now tied into the bottom of the 10th inning. Let me hide the chat.
Yeah. I mean, they really don't deserve to win this game. But, these are the games you need to steal. When you have an opportunity to do it, you have to take advantage of it.
Right.
It doesn't matter if they're.
Are you bunting here, by the way? I'm bunting.
He just did. Oh.
Go to third.
What are you doing? Oh, my God. He's safe. He dropped the ball. What are we doing? Oh, my God.
Was it disengagement? Was it disengagement?
They don't have a challenge.
It doesn't matter. I think it's freaking crew chief review.
Okay, but if they call it safe, they don't have a challenge.
I think they called it safe, but now they're going to meet.
Wait, do they have a challenge?
I don't know. I thought everything after the 7th inning was crew chief review.
Because they don't have a challenge, I thought, because they used it up on the play that Soto was out by 50 feet.
I didn't think that was a challenge. That was a crew chief review. 7th inning or later.
Oh,
wait,
no,
what is this?
What are they doing?
I remember my first time umpiring.
What are they doing?
What happened?
No.
Let's open the chat. What are people saying? Because I'm not even listening. Did he drop it or not? Can I get a replay? MLB Padres channel?
Replay time. Great play by Sanchez, but is it on the transfer?
Dude, what are we doing?
Nope, he dropped
No, you have to complete it through the play. I want to say, right?
Yeah,
he just dropped the ball.
That wasn't a transfer.
Yeah, he didn't complete it.
That wasn't a transfer. Oh, no, that wasn't a transfer.
By the way, was his hand in there, Jim? He kind of slow played it.
Oh, no, they're challenging
I don't know. I have no idea.
I thought they can't challenge.
Did he complete the tag?
I need to see another replay because
I thought the only way you can complete the tag is by holding the ball fully through.
What the fuck is happening?
Wait, first of all, look at his hand.
No,
his right hand might have been in.
No, but he's out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's not a transfer. I don't know.
What the fuck is happening?
I've watched a lot of baseball. You don't typically see a ball dropped.
Oh, it's confirmed. Oh my god.
Oh my
he's
god! So we were
safe.
right. He didn't complete. He didn't complete the
Oh
out.
my god.
That's unbelievable.
If they lose
That's
this
kind
game,
of a joke.
dude.
I mean,
What?
are you serious? Machado, who's made about 6 amazing defensive plays in this game, drops the ball. Manny Machado. What do you do with your infield? Oh, Machado is pissed. Who's this Schaefer guy?
On Manny is.
I get it, but I mean, he didn't complete the tag, did he?
No. Is this Profar? Of course it's fucking Profar.
Of course it's Profar. Where's the infield? What's your infield look like here?
Their infield's in.
I mean, is there... Oh. Now,
Dude,
hide the chat because this game, who knows? This game could be over.
I hid the chat.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I haven't looked at
0
the
for
chat.
4 with 3 Ks.
Yeah. There's like over 250 comments that I haven't seen.
There's only like 50 for me. Let's be careful. Yeah, this is interesting because the double play doesn't mean anything if the guy scores from third. So,
it doesn't mean shit.
yeah.
So at this point, I'd walk the bases loaded. Forced out.
Yeah, it's interesting, but then you got no margin for error, but that's a fair point.
Yeah, I'd walk the bases loaded.
You guys see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get freaking him to ground and just hit a ball on the ground and an infield drawn in.
But I'm not even trying that. I'm just
that's
walking
true.
the bases loaded.
I'm with you. Make it kind of weak contact if he's going to hit the ball, but that's a fair point. You could walk him like the Padres on the top of the end.
Just to force out every base. Like that's he's trying to.
That's exactly. Yeah. He's going to put him on. I think you can't 3-1. You can't give in here.
You can't throw a pitch on the middle.
No.
Just to give me strike.
Just put him on. Just put him on. Freaking put him on.
Yeah, put him on.
See, this is where they get cute. This has happened a couple times with Melvin. We're like, put the guy on in extra innings. Like well,
the runner at second doesn't matter. No, okay.
So I don't know.
They tried. I mean, they tried to get cute there, and they got lucky.
Now you have to force everywhere, like you said.
But they got lucky there. Like you can't get cute, and they try to get cute, and they got lucky.
They got a little cute there.
They did a little cute, but now it's like,
did I retweet you?
I don't know.
Because I got so nervous.
Like quote tweeted or something.
Retweeted from Jon and Jim, by the way, if you haven't.
I just did.
Here's Niebla. Holy moly. You want to say the same thing you said in the top of the inning?
What the fuck is happening?
Well, no, not that. All right, let me look at the comments since I know we have 20 seconds. Hold on, let me get a couple of supers that are rolling in. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Jared, thank you for your membership in the super. Says Xander Bogaerts is such buyer's remorse. It's been a bad 100 games, okay, but it's an 11-year deal. And then let's see here. That one, Homie's Garage, thank you. Dude, WTF. That's a perfect super for the bottom of this inning and the top, to be honest.
The whole game.
The whole game has been like, what is happening?
From the rain delay to now has been
it's been
a what the fuck type of thing.
I mean, this game was supposed to start like 6 hours ago or whatever time it was.
5:40.
5:40, so over 5 hours ago. But the game itself has been quick. Who's batting?
Who's Tovar? I have no idea.
Who's batting. That's who's batting.
Do you go suicide here? Just if you're the Rockies?
No, well, there is no suicide. There's a force. I guess you could sue. I guess you could.
But that's the thing is if you get a good bunt down, run scores, it's over. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
I swing away if I'm them.
I think so, with nobody out.
Oh, he just fucking...
I was wondering that.
Oh,
I was wondering. Wait, what happened?
Oh,
okay.
Jesus.
Okay. It's a start. Now here's what's interesting. Wow, this is crazy, by the way.
The runner at third was out by 20 feet.
My gosh, the barrel of the bat came right towards Martinez. He had to dodge that before making the play.
Yeah.
But here's what's interesting. You can't play for a double play. You have to keep your infield in. Even with the ground ball hit sharply, I think you have to come home.
The infield's still in, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that, McMahon? Oh, God.
Yeah. But you could tell Martinez is just trying to get freaking ground ball contact.
He's throwing it all down in the zone.
Yeah.
Everything down.
And nothing with lift.
Nope. Except for that pitch. Well, that was a good pitch. That was a good pitch. That was a good pitch. If he swings it that, he's probably pops it out. He's probably grounding out there. Double play. This is fucking nuts.
Nuts.
And this is like a Monday night versus the Rockies. Oh no. Are they gonna run?
Have to.
Soto. They're doing it. Oh my god.
By the way, he's blocking the plate. Game over. By the way, you got to have a better throw on that.
It's a good throw, dude.
That was shallow.
Soto, man. Unserious.
Oh, it was like a pop-up. What was the count, Jim?
0-1.
Let me watch this again.
Here we go.
Dude, this is super shallow. You know what?
We got a fast runner at
make
third,
that
dude.
play.
Grisham doesn't have a better arm than...
Yeah, but Grisham's like coming in on the ball. Soto's moving freaking laterally.
No way Soto's a better arm than
my
Grisham.
Initial reaction.
Soto does not have a better arm. Or Grisham doesn't have a better arm than Soto.
But didn't Soto had no momentum. He was going left to right or right to left or whatever it was. Grisham was like circling.
I'm fine with it.
Dude.
I mean, I'm not fine with the loss, but like... I'm not like
Thank
complaining
you,
about
Charles. Listen, you know Charles. Nobody knows baseball like me and Charles. Dude, this is crazy. Can you tweet something about us doing the wrap-up show with another? Put in a graphic. You take a minute. Put in a graphic.
This team is stupid.
How can you lose every time you play in extra innings?
How
can you be the worst team in baseball in one-run games? 6-18.
This is why today on Jon and Jim and last night, I've said this weekend was great, but I'm still at an arm's distance length of fully trusting this team because they can revert back at any moment. And a lot of people I saw were like, this does, like, guys, it was 3 games. Okay. 3 games. And look what happened tonight.
Bro, you're preaching to the literal choir. Like I am like the San Diego choir.
I'm talking to everybody out there that let these past 3 games affect them so much in
I agree with you.
The most positive way possible.
100%. It's a 100 game sample size. More than that. This team is anti-clutch. I mean, I hate to say it, they just are. The inability to cash in. Now, listen, Grisham had a big moment in the 9th inning. You have to win that game, though. I mean, it was a very big moment, except it wasn't. And you have a couple of things that are inexplicable that happened late in this game. Jim, you have Juan Soto being sent in the 8th inning. Inexplicably, he was literally out by 60 feet. It's one of those plays you see like, you can't be out by more than he was. I mean, you literally can't be out by more than he was. You have that. Okay, now pair that with the top of the 10th inning, where you loaded the bases. And who did you have batting? I mean, who was Bogarts, Cronenworth? Who else? You loaded the bases with nobody out and didn't score.
It was Bogarts. No, Bogarts got a hit. No, I'm sorry.
Did he?
No, that was earlier. Loaded the bases, no outs. Gary Sanchez. That's who it was.
Sanchez. Yeah, Sanchez had some moments, but they're clutch moments. I mean, that is a gut punch. And again, was this why AJ was waiting, Jim? Like, did he need all of the evidence? Did he need all the subset of data? Here's who they are. 3 games under. Not the end of the world. How many games out are they, Jim, in the wild card? 5 or 5.5?
They're 5.
Okay, 5 or 5.5. What was it? Okay, so 5 games out.
Game.
So it's not the end of the world. You didn't lose ground, but golden opportunity, especially when you think back in the 8th inning and the 10th inning. I mean, the 8th inning and the 10th inning, you just have to be better than they were. And I thought maybe they were getting past that they had been playing better, and they just have not gotten past it. Let me get to some of these supers that have rolled in. By the way, it's the wrap-up show with Jon and Jim. We'll be with you for the next 45 minutes to an hour or so. Subscribe if you're here. Smash the like button for us, even though the Padres lost. We'll get you ready for the trade deadline. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Appreciate your support with the supers. We really do. It's a great way to support this channel, the work we do. Just click the $ below the chat box if you want to comment, if you want to make sure your comment gets on screen here tonight. If you have a question for us, click the $ below the chat box, like Delta J Ford. If you want to become a member, click the join button down below. And Delta Ford, I think he said this yesterday. He said, I said it last time, I'm not convinced about them. I think a lot of people feel that way, if they're being honest. I think a lot of people feel that way. To Jim's point, to my point, to Delta J Ford's point, we all want to think they've turned the corner. And that's why we're facetious with it, to be honest with you, following the Rangers series. But they just got to be better, Jim. They just have to be better than they've been in these games, these close games.
Everybody wants it so bad, because no one, including us, it's not fun covering a team that's expected to do this.
We want to see him make a run, please.
Right.
We've been waiting for forever.
Right. We want to cover winning baseball. We want to talk about winning baseball. We want to talk about a trade deadline that matters for the positive. And we want to cover another postseason run here in San Diego, because last year was awesome.
That was amazing, yeah.
And it feels like right now, just doesn't feel like we're going to be doing that. And it's the highs and lows of the season. Like, they could still win this series. They could win 2 or 3. And you'd be like, okay, cool. You took 2 or 3. They should have swept, but you took 2 or 3. But like these type of games, they've had too many of these, John. They've had too many.
I mean, they're
of
only
these gut
10 in
punch
extras,
games.
Jim.
You can't go winless in extra innings this year. And especially winless with like double digit losses. Like, you can go maybe like 0-2 or whatever, but 0-10 in extra inning games.
Dude, the worst team in baseball history is the 1969 Expos, which I want to say was an expansion team. They went 0-12. I mean, this is pathetic. This is literally pathetic, and it has to be solved at some point. I mean, they cannot go the whole year without winning an extra inning game. Like, that's absurd. It's literally absurd. Austin, thank you, says this team is historically bad in extra innings. Yes, the worst team ever was 0-12. They're 0-10. The worst team ever. And they're trying to get into the postseason. The worst team ever was 0-12. I mean, I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I really can't. Matthew, thank you. He says Grisham has better arm strength than Soto. 61-57, according to Baseball Savant. Take that, Jim.
Whatever. I don't care. I don't think Grisham's throwing him out anyway either.
Yeah, maybe not. But, I mean, that ball was not hit deep.
Okay.
I didn't like the way Soto fielded, got underneath the ball. Like, he gave himself no shot.
Was Grisham running in, or was he running
he was
sideways?
Circling it. He was he was kind of coming in and sideways.
Okay.
I'm telling you, had the better angle on that ball.
Well, here's this. I'm not going to be complaining or whatever about who throws to home plate there. How about you don't run through maybe the cutoff man, or not the cutoff man, run through the stop sign, if that's the case that happened here with Matt Williams, and be thrown out by 50 feet. And when you have the bases loaded and nobody outs, you score a fucking run.
That's fair.
How about that? Instead of like getting super upset about who should have caught the ball in center field and try to throw a runner out.
I'm watching the highlights back right now on postgame. I don't know if you're watching or not, but I want to watch it back. They didn't show it. By the way, Austin Gomber looked like, name someone with a better Austin name or Gomber name. I don't know. Looked like Austin Powers. He was way too. I mean, guy had near 6 ERA. Colorado just traded off CJ Cron, Grichuk, right? I mean, come on. Got to be better than they were tonight.
We have to win the game. Like, it's plain and simple. There's no excuses here, guys.
And even a little bit.
Even Mud said it on the broadcast. Like, you come into this series and you got to sweep these guys. Like, that's what you have to do.
You got to win the series, I would say, and that's still possible, but it's not going to be easy. Who are they throwing tomorrow? Like,
it's a TBD game. It's a TBD game.
Right. That's not ideal. That one, Homie's Garage says puke emoji. Now, Tom, I really don't think this changes anything. We talked about it today on Jon and Jim. I think the line of delineation, like the separator, was the Rangers series. I think by, what are they, Jim, now? In July, are they 16-10 or 15-10?
They finished 15-10.
15-10. I mean, that's pretty good. That's a .600 winning percentage in the month. Now they're going to have to keep that up. But I don't think you go 15-10 over the course of the month and sell, at least sizably. I think you could sell off 8 parts, but you could also buy 2 parts. So, no, I don't think this impacts the future for Blake Snell or Josh Hader personally. I don't personally feel that way. Now, Mike Farron, MLB Network Radio, was with us today on Jon and Jim. He had some very interesting takes on it. He said, AJ Preller's such a riverboat gambler. You put nothing past him. He could sell big and buy big at the same time. But, Jim, I think you feel the same way. I don't think this game will impact AJ Preller's decision to likely be measured / buy to you? I don't think tonight matters.
I don't think it matters, but like if he was thinking of potentially trading off a top prospect for a piece, tonight may have been like, yeah, they haven't fully turned it around. Like you know what I mean? Like tonight, it just, you go back to your old ways, and we all thought that the old ways was like kind of going away a little bit. Like it's time to kick it into gear. And they reverted back to the old Padres of the past 100 games and not this past weekend. Like this past weekend was great. That was a different team. Tonight was the Padres of this season. Tonight's game.
Yeah, it was more of the team we've seen than the team we saw against the Rangers.
100%.
Yeah. And by the way, and that's not us. You might be like, oh, you guys are being critical. No, this team's under 500. So the team that they've been has been the lesser of the two Padres, so to speak, because they're under 500. They're 3 games under 500. 100-something games into the season. I want to say tomorrow wraps up the 2/3 mark of the season, game 108. I think I have that right. So, I mean, we're getting down the back stretch. 2/3 done, 1/3 to go. Jim Russell says he needs to smoke a joint.
Do it.
Thank you, Jim. Jared, thank you again. He says people trying to blame Soto are ridiculously dense. Now, are we talking about for his performance? Follow up on that, Jared. It doesn't have to be a super. I can look in the chat. If we're talking about blaming Soto for his performance this year, that's ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. 930 OPS or whatever it is, 925, 930 OPS. And again, you got to make the play there in left field, and he made the catch, and the throw was late, so it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not going to blame Soto for the Padres losing this game. Let me be clear. I just thought maybe Grisham had a better play on the ball than Soto. That's all I'm saying.
This is a team-wide failure, John.
No, not really. Like, it's hard to blame. You were critical of Soto in like the top of the 10th inning. I'm like, the guy had 3 hits tonight.
I was. I know he
3 for 4 with a walk.
Okay, great, 3 for 4 with a walk. But all anybody's going to be talking about in this game, John, is him potentially running through the stop sign.
No. He didn't have a stop sign per down in mud.
I don't know if he did.
I thought you said he didn't have a stop sign.
He said he didn't, but like, I don't know.
You already said he didn't. Okay, we'll hear what Melvin has to say about that. Fair. If he went through a stop sign, fair. But what's your other criticism if he didn't?
If he didn't?
If he did not. You're going to criticize him for a bunt base hit?
No, I'm not going to criticize him for that. John, when stuff like this happens, it's hard for me not to just blame everybody. It's really hard for me to single one guy out because they had multiple chances here to score and they didn't. Like, are we gonna just pick out like 5 dudes to blame? Like, are we gonna say, all right, it's these 5 guys' fault they lost tonight, or are we just gonna say this is the team that should score more than 2 runs off of a guy that has a 7 ERA?
That's fine, but I'll just let you know that Juan Soto reached base safely 4 times tonight and was 3 for 4.
Cool, and they lost.
I don't know what else he can do, is my point. I mean, that's, I think, as good as he can perform, you know. RH says Soto's horrible in left field. Weak arm, misplays, DH in the making. Well, here's the thing. If you don't like Juan Soto, he's not going to be here past 2024 anyway.
Yeah, so that won't.
You think Soto gets moved after that poor throw and left?
You were so mad at that throw.
Well, I just don't like him fielding it. I need to see it again.
Okay,
am I crazy?
You know what? Here, I retract what I just said. If you want to blame anything on tonight, you blame it on Xander Bogaerts. The error cost him 2 runs, and he hit into 2 double plays and didn't drive in a run with the bases loaded.
Yes, he was awful.
Okay, so there we go. It's Xander Bogaerts' fault tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I agree. He's been awful. Niall says it has to be coaching. There's no way a team can always play this sloppy. They're the best team in baseball in defensive runs saved this year. That's the weird thing. I mean, they're not overly sloppy. They're overly not clutch, right? Like, they don't come through in big moments. I agree with that, Niles. I don't know if that's coaching, if that's just absurd bad luck. I don't know what it is. Do you blame coaching?
Yes and no. I don't blame them to the extent of it's their fault, but at some point they have to take some blame for this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like at some point you can't keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again.
Yep.
You just can't. So yes, I do, but also like no, I don't. If that makes any sense, which probably doesn't.
No, I think it makes sense. I think all, like to your point about blaming all players because they lost the game. I think that coaching is going to be under the microscope because they're 3 games under 500 and they've lost a million close games. Worst team in baseball in 1-run games with Josh Hader. The worst team in baseball in 1-run games with Josh Hader, 6-18. It makes you wonder what's the value of Josh Hader when you're 6-18 in 1-run games. To be honest, JD's third. Thank you for the super. He says so Padres of us to say loss doesn't matter. I'm not saying the loss doesn't matter. I'm saying I don't think it'll impact AJ Preller's decision making between now and the deadline. If one game was your reasoning for buying or selling, then you probably should be selling. If you were if you're walking the tightrope where you're like, if we win this game, I'm buying. If we lose it, I'm selling. Then you should be selling either way.
Yeah,
that's why I don't think it's going to impact it.
I agree. Am I glitching?
Matthew, what's that? You were earlier. You're good now. Matthew, thank you. Says Xander screwing us both on offense and defense. It's just been a bad first year in a Padres uniform. I don't know if that means it's going to be a bad second year or a bad contract. It's just been a very underwhelming, disappointing first year for Xander Bogaerts.
It's my fault. I'm sorry.
True. You ruined his press conference and now you ruined his season.
Oh man, just a horrible year. And you're right. You hope that it doesn't turn into a disastrous contract and you hope next year he bounces back. But as of right now, the first 100+ games of his career in a Padres uniform have been a disaster.
A disaster.
No question.
Guys, if you're here, we do want to thank our title sponsor here on the wrap-up show. We never get this show off the ground over 2 years ago without the support of Mark Nimitz, as simple as that. And, of course, we can't do this day in and day out without the support of our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz, and without your support live or on replay. Mark's an amazing insurance agent. You can take it from us. I've had a life insurance policy, a homeowner's earthquake insurance policy through Mark for a long time at this point. We had a claim in here last year. We had a flood. He took care of everything, saved us thousands of dollars. His service and communication, top notch. It would have been a disaster if it wasn't for Mark. I kid you not. The whole situation would have been a disaster. I was not equipped to handle it if not for Mark Nimitz. So he's a great insurance agent. He's our title sponsor. He's a San Diegan and a lifelong Padres fan. And if you're looking for a new insurance policy, or if you're looking to renew, before you renew, call Mark. He will save you money up to $750 or more. And he's a great insurance agent with great service and communication. You can take that from us. So click the link in the description down below. You can get a quote online for free, by the way. All quotes are free, whatever it is, auto, home, business, life, earthquake, right? Condo, renters, whatever it is. If you have an insurance need, if you support this channel, if you want to support a local business here in Southern California, in San Diego, make sure to get in contact with Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance.
Yeah, all his information always above my head. Nimitz at farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let him know that Jon and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you.
Should we bring back the video of you saying there's no chance the Padres don't score in the top of the 10th inning after they loaded the bases, or no?
I don't remember I don't know what you're talking about.
Jim is, hold on, let me hear Melvin.
Ooh.
It didn't feel like some of the previous games feel like, we're kind of snaking.
Hold up the microphone.
I don't know if the copyright.
It's fine. It's not video. Who cares?
Third base playing back, gets a bunt down. Manny gets on, swinging bunt. Felt like we were going to have a big inning, so it didn't feel like it. What's it going to take? It's going to take breaking through.
Okay.
Ball in the grass, rolling into center field. Guys having to charge hard. You saw that Grish had trouble picking it up.
Oh, okay. They sent him because it was wet.
It doesn't look good when you get the ball by a little bit, but when he sent him, I wasn't saying no. I understood the conditions.
What did you think of the conditions and kind of the way maybe Lugo handled all of what he had to go
Yeah,
through?
Lugo was.
Oh, by the way, Seth Lugo was really good.
Tell me how Lugo pitched. No one gives a fucking shit.
Yeah, good point. I kind of want to know what he had to say about Soto fielding that ball, but I might have missed it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me get to this super. All right, this probably isn't great for the channel. I was just watching. Run it back. Thank you for the super. He says, Hand versus Cronenworth, not a good matchup. Pinch hit. With whom?
Who you got? You're not going to put up anybody else there. Come on, guys. You're not going to put up. And by the way,
And by the way,
Cronenworth,
Cronenworth hit like 5,000 at Coors Field.
he's that ballpark's like a little league field to him. He's been amazing there. You're not pinch hitting Cronenworth there. I'm sorry, you're just not.
No, he already had 2 hits in the game, right?
Yeah, triple and dude's
he's not
not happening.
I get it, but run it back. Thank you again. He says, also, how do we only have 3 outfielders on our roster? Is that right? That can't be right. Who else can play? Who else can play though in
the outfield?
Yeah,
you could put Batten out there.
Yeah,
I think. I don't know.
I mean, obviously they have more than 3 outfielders. Yeah, incredible. Seriously, incredible.
Like, you're just speechless again. Like, is this team ever going to turn that corner? Are they gonna just be like this for the whole year?
Yeah, see, I can't answer that. And you no, listen, I said today on the radio, people are gonna say, "Oh, you're Debbie Downer," but I'm like, I'm a realist because I've watched the entire season play out right in front of me, and I just haven't seen the things I want to see from a team that's about to make a run. And I think they've played a lot better in July, but can they consistently do it for another 2 months? Maybe they can. By the way, this is one game they can win this series. This isn't the season. I think I said today on Jon and Jim, they could probably stomach 1 3-game losing streak from here on out, not 2. They got to be really good in the final third of the season. And today's another wasted opportunity. They've had a dozen plus wasted opportunities. Would I call today a must win? No. Does tomorrow feel more like it because you don't want to lose 2 straight to the Rockies? Yeah. I mean, it feels like you need to win this series after losing game 1. That's how I feel.
Just insane, dude. Insane. You think this team is doing something, and then boom. Nah, just kidding.
Yeah, I know. It's like the carrot in front of you, or the dollar bill, right? You just can't get it. You just can't reach it. It keeps slipping out of your grasp. RH, thank you. He says trade Xander back to Boston. I think they're good.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to want him back for that money.
On 280, I think they're good. John, thank you for the very generous super chat, guys. If you're here, subscribe. And if you're here, we appreciate the super chats. Click the $ below the chat box. He says, how pathetic and abysmal is this team at fundamental baseball? Dropping balls, fumbling balls in the outfield, not getting behind the ball in the outfield, and missing cutoffs. No plate approaches. This wasn't a thing of beauty. Grisham had a ball dropped in center. You had the Bogarts play. You had, by the way, the Manny Machado drop at third. We talked about it live. What on earth? That changed the whole game.
That was literally the game right there.
Yeah, they wouldn't have scored without that.
No, you wouldn't have scored because you get a
extra out.
That
would have been 3 outs. They had 1 out plus the extra out plus the pop out.
Yeah, so that was the game. How do you drop that?
And again, is that on Manny? That's just like,
I think
that happens.
A lot of this stuff this year, people have talked about, well, they've just been unlucky. And a lot of the time I'm just like, stop, that's fucking ridiculous. But I can look at that play and say, like, that's unlucky.
Literally.
Like, that never happens to Manny at all. And it happened in the worst possible time.
Like, this is why, like, Robert, like, I can't blame, bless you. Can we really blame Melvin for bases loaded, nobody out? It's then on him. And then bottom of the inning, Manny Machado literally doesn't complete a tag play. You want to blame Bob Melvin for that?
Is that Manny's? I mean, is it Melvin's fault? Are you going to like fully blame Manny, or are you going to say like, holy shit, that is just some horrible luck? Because that's how I view it. I don't view it as like that's Manny's like fault. It's just literally the glove touched whoever it was from the Rockies at the like right angle to have that ball pop out. Like, think about that. Guy was out by 3 feet.
Oh my, 3?
10, 5.
Yeah, maybe 3 actually. No, you're probably right.
he was
out, dead to rights.
Yeah, no chance he was getting in there, and the ball just dropped. That's unlucky right there.
Completely unlucky. And at some point you kind of look up and say, are they just unlucky? Is it not meant to be?
Like, I mean, this overall, like as a year, like this year is just not it.
So far.
It's not it. You just oh man.
What are they against the Rockies this year? Does anyone know that? Are they 4-4? I think in 8 games against the Rockies. Rockies are terrible.
Rockies don't even care.
Yeah, this is an interesting point too. You know, the Padres had the best extra innings record, or was it best 1-run record last year? I think it was the best 1-run record last year, and now they have the worst. He just all of a sudden is the worst manager ever.
Best 1-run record.
So from best one-run record to worst,
Mhm.
and that's
Bog-
all on Bob.
Yeah. Bogarts just spoke. Dennis Lynn said Bogarts described his
Did he
performance
say I
tonight.
quit?
Basically, he said he described his performance tonight as trash. This one's on me, he said.
Baseball man.
It will kill you. You think we're all upset? I mean, you think you
Right.
guys are upset?
I
Like,
know.
man, Xander's that has to be the worst mental grind ever when you're a good player and you go through this stuff. And not only do you go through this stuff, you go through the stuff on a team that's expected to win. And on top of that, you go through it at the worst possible times. And you're kind of like a huge reason why they're not winning. That's bad.
This is funny from Retod. I agree. Retod says we're good against playoff teams, so we just need to make the playoffs, and we're looking good.
Hey,
it's these bad teams that they've been so bad against.
Well, here's the good thing: they only play like two
Sure,
bad
good
teams.
teams.
They only play 3 bad teams remaining the rest of the year after this series.
That's a great
And that
point.
would be the Cardinals, the A's, and the White Sox. Everybody else is a good team.
Yeah, and by the way, they've proven they can lose to teams like the A's. Right, we know that. That's the point of this conversation about the Rockies. Just reading Kevin's recap to see if there's any additional quotes in here. I don't think there's quotes in it yet. Guys, while you are here, we do need to thank our partners here on the wrap-up show, including our friends over at Aura. ORA.organic. If you're looking for plant-based nutritional products, you can get 10% off your first order with an email address. But this is a great company. Their co-founder, Will, is a huge supporter of the channel. We were talking with him earlier today, in fact. Just a huge supporter. He's a San Diegan, lifelong Padres fan. They've got offices right here in Liberty Station. You can go to ORA.organic or click the link in the description down below to find all of their products. If you're looking to get healthier, plant-based products like the probiotic I take every day for over a year, for digestion, heart health, mental clarity, and more. They have proteins for after workouts. They have pre-workout supplements, omega-3 oils. If you take a fish oil, that's critical. You can take their omega-3 oil. It's plant-based. They have sleep pills and immunity pills, and they have much more. You can shop at ORA.organic or by clicking the link down below. Again, if you support our channel, please support our partners like our friend Will at Aura, ORA.organic, a San Diegan lifelong Padres fan, longtime supporter of the channel. If you're looking to get healthier, if you want to support the channel, make sure to check him out.
Yeah, go there right now. Will texted us today, and he was back in fully after this past weekend. And I said, life as a fan, man. When you're a fan, you go through the ultimate roller coaster just as much as these guys do. I'm sorry, Will, about tonight. This was a bummer, but to make Will feel better and to help support our sponsors, go pick up some supplements at Aura, www.ora.organic. If you want to live a healthy lifestyle, start with Aura. Go there right now, pick up some stuff. You'll thank us later.
Let me just look at this, and thank you, Aura. And like you said, click the link in the description down below. Oh my gosh. Just stop.
Okay.
Bless you. I want to look at something real quick because they didn't lose ground in the wild card standings, but that's
doesn't matter.
That's a misleading statement. Let me explain why. Obviously, you just lost a day and a game, and there's only so many days and games remaining. But while they didn't technically lose ground, let me just lay it out. Let me just lay it out for everyone as it stands right now. The top wildcard team right now is 6 games better than the Padres. Okay, not insurmountable. The second wildcard team is 5.5 games better than the Padres. Then you have 3 teams for one spot, 5 games better than the Padres. Arizona, Miami, they've both really struggled. Milwaukee, they've really struggled. And then the Cubs, who have played good baseball but have lost 2 straight. I think they're 8-2, though, in their last 10. Chicago, the Cubs are a game and a half better than the Padres. But you have it boils down to this. There are 6 teams right now in front of the Padres. They will need to pass 4 of them out of San Francisco, Philadelphia, Arizona, Miami, Milwaukee, and Chicago. Chicago is only a game and a half. And then the other teams are all 5 games or better than the Padres with, I think, 55 to play. I think I have the math right. So that's what you're up against. Is it impossible? It's absolutely not. Was this a wasted opportunity? Absolutely, yes.
After talking to Mike Farron today, he put things in perspective of like, oh, I kind of agree with that. And his point was he doesn't view, standings is like jumping teams. He
Right.
views it as like a number game where you're going for a certain number, and then if you get that number, you take your chances. And I think the number that he was talking about, and we all agree, is between 85 and 89, 88, right? So
Right. Okay.
you end up getting 86 wins. Let's just say 86 wins. It might not be enough, but I think like you give yourself at least a shot if you get to 86.
So let's just do the math on that because it's fun to do math games. If they get to 86, how many losses do they have? 76. So yeah, I mean that's it's not crazy. It's 34 and 21 to finish to get to 86. What's the 34 divided by 55? That is a winning percentage of 618. They just played 600 baseball in July. So it's at least reasonable to consider that it's possible. But that's what you're looking at, 34 and 21 to get to 86. And like you said, that may or may not be enough.
It may or may not be enough, and other teams like the last wild card spot could have 88 wins. And that would mean you're SOL, like you're shit out of luck here. And they have opportunities that coming up in front of them where you play 2 more series versus the Giants. You play 2 more series versus the Diamondbacks, and they're in front of you. You play another series, I believe, against the Marlins. Do they play another series?
Yeah,
against
they
the
do
Marlins?
at home.
At home, okay. So you get to play at least the teams in front of you to try to catch them or try to jump them.
Yeah, I never see it like that either.
But
I'm
no,
like, because they're playing you and they could just create separation.
I agree. That's why those series become so important, because if you win, you get closer to them. But if they beat you, that just kind of pushes you out even farther away, and you can't afford to lose those series at all. Like the teams in front of you, depending on how far you're back, can afford it. It's not ideal for them, but you can't afford it. And that's the difference.
52 and 55 is the record of the 2021 Atlanta Braves. That's what the Padres are right now. After losing today, they were 52 and 55, I think, heading into the trade deadline. They may have been 52 and 54 into the deadline, then lost the first game after the deadline. But this is the same record as the Atlanta Braves in 2021. St. Louis, I want to say, was 500 in 2021. I think they rattled off like 19 or 20 consecutive wins at some point in August. Cruiser, thank you. He says, wrap-up show watch party live every 9th inning, please. So we did that tonight. We debuted that in the 10th inning, thinking maybe it would bring like anti-jinx, good luck. They were winless in extra innings. What harm could it do? And it didn't work.
Didn't work. I actually fucking screwed everything up again.
You did.
So
I'm surprised you're not getting ripped more for that. There were probably only about 100 people here because we never are on during the game. So I'm a little surprised you've gotten away with that.
It doesn't matter. I don't get away. It doesn't matter. Okay. If you want to blame me, blame me. I'll take the heat. I don't care.
By the way, can we thank our viewers tonight for helping to make us the best sports talk radio show in Southern California? San Diego is voted by the UT Readers Poll.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Second
consecutive year, Jon and Jim named the best sports talk radio show in San Diego because of you guys. I think we asked that you vote, and you took care of us. You hooked us up. Thanks, guys. It's for you. Let's try to make it 3 in a row next year, Jim. That'd be cool.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Although Rich blames you on the day that you won an award.
I do too. Yes, Retod says we do blame Jim.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, you guys are the best. The community that we've built with the wrap-up show leading into Jon and Jim, I feel like it's like a synergy. Like if you'll watch the wrap-up show, you listen to Jon and Jim. If you listen to Jon and Jim, you might go over to the wrap-up show. Like
I want to ask that actually in YouTube. Like it's like a 3-part question. Do you watch us? Do you listen to us? Do you do both?
But seriously, thank you guys. We appreciate it. I think we didn't really, we knew we were nominated, but we never like really promoted it. We maybe a couple times, but like we never really promoted it. And that just means you guys went out there and voted for us. And that's amazing to think that, other people like us and that you guys voted for us to win these awards. So thank you again. And you guys are the best.
All right. Just put a poll at the top of the chat. How do you consume our content? YouTube, radio, or both? I'm thinking most people here will say YouTube since we're on
Probably.
YouTube right now.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. By the way, to Mark's point, our title sponsor is with us tonight in the chat and is frustrated as all of us because he's texting me right now. He says someone needs to sign up for insurance ASAP. That'll break the jinx. I like that. Click the link in the description down below. Support our partners. Save money at the same time. Mark does not bite. We'll talk to you about the Padres. He'll save you money on your insurance. Man, what else tonight?
Also, the Padres do not have a decision on who the starter will be for tomorrow's game.
That's fine. They got time. Oh, you know what? I just said what else? I mean, oh, by the way, do you know what tomorrow is? It's
the trade deadline. Yeah.
Tomorrow's the trade deadline. We talked to Mike Farron, like you said, MLB Network Radio. He had some names for us. He texted me a name as well during the show after a conversation and said, keep an eye on Teoscar Hernandez of Seattle. He has not been good. He's an outfielder. He mentioned some, again, he didn't mention any thrilling names because he didn't think the Padres were going to make any thrilling moves. He did say keep an eye on the possibility of Hader or Snell moving and them selling off big and then potentially buying back big, like David Bednar with Pittsburgh as a closer because you get rid of Josh Hader, but you buy an extra year or so of flexibility because Bednar's under contract, I want to say, at least through 2024. He said rule nothing out with AJ Preller. Mike Farron's very dialed in. I'm kind of fascinated by it, Jim. I think he's going to make moves. I think he'll make multiple moves. I wouldn't be surprised if he made 3+ moves tomorrow. But at this point, it appears it'll happen between now and 3 o'clock Pacific. By the way, we'll do a show for you, a trade deadline special on the wrap-up show on YouTube tomorrow at 10 a.m. if Jim is awake.
I will be awake, John.
And then we have another trade deadline special show on San Diego Sports 760 from 2:30 to 3:30. Jon and Jim with the Darren Smith Show.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of stuff tomorrow.
We're grinding, man.
Just grinding away, baby. By the way, also, too, if you guys don't know and you have a Roku, we debuted something tonight on Roku, which is pretty cool. If you guys have a Roku out there.
Oh, here we go.
What? You don't want me to promote it?
No, I like it. I like it. Go on.
Well, if you have a Roku, you automatically get the free Roku channels. And every Monday at 9 p.m., I believe it's every Monday at 9 p.m., will be the sports wrap with San Diego Sports 760. It's an hour-long show, and it's with us, Darren, and Darnay from NBC7. And we do it during our show, like during the radio shows, from 2:30 to 3:30 every Monday. And then it's played back on the Roku channel at 9 p.m. at night on Mondays. So check it out.
Did anyone see that tonight? I mute.
I did.
If you watched it, if you're here live or on replay and you saw this, now Jim saw it somehow. You text us immediately. Then he told me how to watch it. If you saw it, comment in the chat or comment down below if you're watching on replay. By the way, quick look at this poll, Jim. 74% of people here consume our content on YouTube. Makes sense. We're on YouTube.
Shocker.
1% on radio, but 27% on both, which means actually 28%.
Okay.
Listen to the radio. Yeah, it sounds kind of terrible, right?
Right.
That 1% consume our content on the radio, but 28% say both.
It would be.
How could it be radio? Because everyone here is in YouTube.
I was just about to say that. How could it be just radio? Like, I just
sense.
watch you. I just listened on the radio, but I'm
not watching you right now. Great point. HBVV, thank you. He says, I found you guys by searching sexy San Diego guys. Okay. I like that.
How you doing?
We appreciate that. We do. HW, thank you. He says Preller on the line. I don't know if that's fair. I think he's on the line probably with like the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah.
Right?
Or like the Cleveland Indians or something.
No, it's a West Coast team. Those other dudes sleep.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think about tomorrow?
Who the hell knows?
I know. Who the hell knows? I really have no idea what to make of it tomorrow.
Tim says maybe once we go to FM, he'll listen to us on the radio.
Like once the station goes to FM or we go to FM?
Here, let me get some breaking news to you.
I'm listening.
Yeah, we're not going to FM. At least the station is right now.
The station is not, you mean?
The station is not going to FM. Not us, but like the station's not going to FM.
All right, I like that tease. Guys, if you play fantasy sports, you got to play it with our friends over at Underdog Fantasy at underdogfantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. If you use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, you will get a 100% deposit match up to $100. You heard me right. You can click the link in the description down below. You'll get a 100% deposit match up to $100 by using promo code PADSWRAP. They have daily drafts going on right now in all sports, including Major League Baseball. After you draft, they take care of the rest. You can even auto draft. There are no waivers. There are no trades. They also have pick'ems going on right now. Pick'ems are really terrific. It's as simple as picking higher or lower. As simple as that across all sports, including Major League Baseball, going on right now for tomorrow. You pick a couple, and if you get 2 correct, you can win, and you can play as many as 5. Right? So you can play them right now at underdogfantasy.com. Again, Major League Baseball, whatever it is, whatever you want to play. Let me find the Padres for tomorrow as I scroll down. Let's see. What do we have tomorrow for the Padres? We have Manny Machado, 2 total bases. That's aggressive, but I'll go higher. Let's see. I'll go higher. What's that?
You know they're winning tomorrow 9-2.
Or do we? Okay, then let's take. I'll take a Bogart strikeout. I'm not scared. And then I'll pick Ty France higher than a half single if he's still on the Mariners, and I'll take J-Rod higher than a half single. How about this? If you go 5 for 5 on that, $20 pays $400. If you insure it, you can still win $200, and you can still win if you get just 4 out of 5 right. So go to underdogfantasy.com, use promo code PADSWRAP, get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Right, back to the chat here for a moment. Doyer fans violate parole next week to come to games. Right, Dodgers will be in town beginning Friday night, Jim.
That should be a fun series.
Oh, yeah, we'll be downtown, right?
Yes, we will. Blind Bro, come on by, say hi, have a margarita with us, have some tacos.
I heard an ambulance at your window.
It is. People are coming to take me away for all my stupidness.
Yeah, you were an idiot, but that's okay. We won best.
Did you see what I put on Twitter?
No, what'd you put on Twitter? I haven't looked. I need to see. Hold on. When you call me an idiot?
Yeah.
That hurts, you're saying? Oh. Jim says it hurts when I call him an idiot, but it's just show business. My bad. Dude, you post photos of me eating tacos with forks every 2 seconds.
Yeah, I know. But that's the difference. That's different, though. You know what I mean?
What's that?
Stream the radio on YouTube. Just use your phone camera and don't worry about the editing. It's not about our phone.
It's not about
camera.
editing.
It's about audio and who's going to produce it and who's going to make sure like it looks good.
Jim can.
Like I said, I'll check out of the radio show even more than I'm already checked out.
Nobody's worried about that.
True.
Okay, guys, here's what we're gonna do. Did you ever you posted a photo on this show, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, I thought it feels like we've been on for way longer than an hour.
I know, because we started during the game in the 10th inning. But it's like, what else can you say? I mean, this was there for the taking. Lugo good, offense not good. 8th inning Soto mishap with maybe Matt Williams mishap. And then 10th inning, bases loaded, nobody out, and you don't score in Denver. You weren't even facing their closer. I don't know who they were facing. It wasn't their closer.
No, it was not their closer. And it's so funny because it was Brad Hand, wasn't it? Or no, it was
the Hand came on in the 10th, yeah.
Bard came on.
No, Bard was terrible in the 9th or 8th.
In the 8th, okay.
And then they went to their closer for a 5-out save.
And then
Grisham
got 4 outs. And it was so funny because Mud was like, this dude's only given up 2 home runs all year. And then like 3 pitches later, boom, home run.
Yep. Yeah. And then the bottom of the inning, Manny Machado drops a tag play at third, which is like unbelievable.
The most insane bad luck you could ever imagine. Like, that's not even, you can't, I don't even know what to say about that other than that's just horrible luck.
It was horrible luck. It really was. We'll see if they can bounce back tomorrow. We don't even know who's pitching. Could be Ryan Weathers tomorrow. I have no idea. You
I
know,
don't know. I don't know, man.
what's your
I don't know.
question?
No, I was just thinking about this game tonight. It wouldn't have mattered because they can't score any runs. I don't give a shit who if Hader or Suarez weren't available. They can't score any runs.
Yeah, that didn't really impact them.
It didn't matter. Like score some runs. Score some runs, and then we could talk about the usage of the bullpen. But if you're not going to score any runs, it's hard for me to like blame the pitching tonight. I thought Lugo was really, really good. I thought the bullpen was good. I mean, what is Martinez supposed to do there? Like
Right. He's not. I mean, he had an out at third, and the ball was dropped.
like they literally scored a run that inning without getting a hit. Think about that.
Right. It was fielder's choice error, or whatever the hell was ruled. Ground ball back to the mound for a forced play at home after a walk, and then fly ball to left.
Yeah. So he did his job. It's not on the pitching tonight. It's not, even though I'm sure some people will be like, fucking Martinez. Like, it's not. It just isn't. This offense has to do way better. And yeah, if we're gonna blame one dude, it's Bogarts. Tonight was Bogarts.
I don't even know what to say about this game. I really don't. And we've said it all.
Well, we're gonna talk about it. Well, we're not gonna really talk about it tomorrow because it's gonna be a trade deadline at 3:00.
Do you think by the time we start our trade deadline show, whatever time it is, we think around 10 a.m., the Padres will have made a trade, 10 a.m. Pacific? I'll say yes.
Oh, yeah.
I can see it.
I think
They
so.
have until 3. They have until 3 o'clock Pacific.
I think so, yeah.
So, okay, join us tomorrow morning. We'll do a wrap-up show, trade deadline edition. Let's say 10 a.m. right now. So join us back here Tuesday morning. We'll get you ready for game 2 of the series, and we'll react to what the Padres have or have not done at the deadline and what they still have to do potentially over the final 4 or 5 hours. Make sure to subscribe if you're here. Year-round content for Padres fans. Hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when we have new videos or when we go live. Make sure to smash the like button for us as well. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Please support our partners. By the way, if you're here on replay, we appreciate your super thanks. We really do. We appreciate your support. Support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. If you have auto, home, renters, or life insurance needs, seriously get in contact with our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz, by clicking the link in the description down below. He can save you $750 or more. Aura, if you're looking to get healthier with plant-based nutritional products, go to ora.organic or click the link in the description down below. We just told you about Underdog Fantasy. You can get a 100% deposit match up to $100 by using promo code PADSWRAP, PodsWrap, at underdogfantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Get some rest. AJ Preller will not. Padres lose tonight in Denver in 10-4-3.